Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here in my WWE Hell in a Cell review for Sunday, October 30th, 2016 from TD Garden Arena, Boston, Massachusetts. Before we get to my thoughts on the pay-per-view, I want to address the rumors that are flying about Survivor Series being 4 hours. SMH, smack my head. WWE, stop making the big 4 hours. I said in my SummerSlam review, it didn't need to be 4 hours. And not only is Survivor Series 4 hours, Lesnar is the main event. 4-hour pay-per-view, big 4, Lesnar main event. We all know what happened with that last time. You had that combination. Lesnar, main event of SummerSlam, 4 hours, shitty ending. Kind of like tonight. I'll get to that in a minute. So I hope to God if Lesnar Goldberg is the main event, they don't suck. Speaking of main event tonight, we had, of course, the triple main event tonight. 3 Hell in a Cell matches. But the true main event was, of course, yes, they did it. 2 women. For the first time on the main roster pay-per-view, they main event the pay-per-view. And for the most part, with a lot of hype and pressure on it, the match did pretty well. The ending... the only bad mark of the match, the ending kind of spoiled it, though. I hope to God that everyone sees past the ending about how much pain these women went through and how great of a match it was. I believe that of the 3 matches tonight, we had 3 cells. Love the third. I think the second cell match was a little better. Even some shenanigans. I didn't mind the shenanigans. There might be some debate about whether the second cell match should have been the third. Especially the way the third match ended. The first cell match was better than I expected. We thought it would be a shitty cell match. Wasn't as bad. Okay ending as well. So with all that being said, and 2 new champions being crowned, 6.5 for this pay-per-view. I think better than Clash of Champions, but not much. You had some exciting things happen. We had one screwy ending with a purpose. And all that jazz. Let's get down to it. This is my last video for a couple weeks. I'm going on vacation. I'm packing up and waiting to go to Nashville, Tennessee, and a couple other states for some state fair exploring and hanging out for the CMA Awards. So I'm going to get rolling soon with my dad on a road trip together. Let's get down to the pre-show match. 6-man tag in the Cruiserweight division. We have Lince and Durado teaming up with Cedric Alexander and Sin Cara, taking on Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Ariya Daivari's brother. Sean Daivari's brother. I think Ariya. Ariya, or whatever his name is. The best part of this match, they had Mo Manalo commentated. Yay! He's a SmackDown guy doing a Raw pay-per-view pre-show. But I even said this when the Cruiserweight division debuted. When they debuted on Raw a few weeks ago, I kind of made fun of the fact that Michael Cole was commentating and that Mo Manalo should commentate. And I think Mo Manalo should be like Mike Tenay when they used to do Cruiserweight matches in WCW. They should have Mike Tenay come in. And that's what they just do with Mo Manalo. Him come in for these matches. This proves my point yet again. The best commentator for the Cruiserweight match yet on Raw on main roster. Proves why Mo should be full-time commentator for Cruiserweight matches on both rosters, not just Raw. But SmackDown, they ever get a Cruiserweight division as well. Anyway, great opening. The heels taking over early. There was a nice spot with Nese looking good. I think he had a good power slam. He tossed Sin Cara like a ragdoll over the top. And after the heels took over, some decent action here, especially in Cruiserweight matches, has been kind of underwhelming, the booking of it. But anyway, after the domination from the heels, Durado got some big moves in. As he was isolated, got the tag in the center like Alexander. Some big kicks. Cesaro came in with some big powerbomb moves with Daivari. He's got back in with some big moves. And Cedric Alexander got the setup for the ending. The lumbar check to Gulak in a 1-2-3 victory for Cedric Alexander and the face team. Great match to open up the show. 2.7 for this matchup. It's like a fun little cruiserweight match to open up the main show. Not the main show, but the pre-show. So there you go. On to our main card. I had a feeling they were going to open up in a Hell in a Cell match. And I knew what cell match it would start with. For the second straight year in a row, Roman Reigns, despite being the top guy, he's of course the mid-card champion, the United States champion. But for the second year in a row, he gets to open Hell in a Cell in Hell in a Cell, this time against Rusev. Now, last year they had a Hell in a Cell match against Bray Wyatt. And I think, if I was not mistaken, of course there wasn't 2 Hell in a Cell matches last, 3 Hell in a Cell matches last year. There was only 2. Actually, he didn't open. Well, it was the second match on the card. I thought he opened the show, but it was the second match of last year's card. It was Cena losing to Del Rio was opener. But but even if it didn't open, it was the first Cell match of the night. First Cell match overall is Reigns again against Rusev. In his match against Wyatt, I thought it felt to emotionally. I think they had no flow. They just went from spot to spot, and I thought it was going to be the same thing in this match. The beginning, it kind of sucked a bit. Then, it got excited. This match wasn't that bad. I think it was the better of the matches lately. Rusev looked phenomenal in this match. He was heelish. He used the steps a lot. Had some great spots with the steps. Nailing Rusev, nailing Reigns against it. Even nailing him against, I think he had a steel steps to the top rope. He nailed Reigns against that. Or was it Rusev that took that top rope steel step spot? I think he took that spot. And Reigns, he kind of did okay too in this match. But Rusev was a heel big time. And it was kind of interesting. They teased a table spot, but they never gave him a table spot. The other 2 Cell matches did get table spots. Anywho, one of my favorite spots in the match, probably everyone's favorite, was when Rusev grabbed a steel chain from underneath the rope and he licked it, and he had the accolade. He had an accolade on various times in the matchup, having it on the steps to Reigns, and then the best one was when he used the chain wrapped around the face of Reigns with the accolade. That was probably one of the best spots of the night. And I do mean one of the best spots of the night. That's Lana didn't get involved. She introduced Rusev, and that was it. She wasn't on the outside of anything. So, despite Rusev's best effort to look heelish, even, the candlestick spot, they used that. It had a better flow. It had a better flow than the Reigns Wyatt match. And that was pleasant. I think everyone agreed. Pleasant surprise. The ending was kind of weird. Reigns doesn't sell much. He didn't sell those chair spots that was nailed by Rusev. He went the protector and the candlestick spots too. And then he miraculously took the chain off of him, and then he nailed the spear in the 1-2-3 victory for Reigns, retaining the United States Championship. And also after the spear, before the spear, that's when Rusev took the steel step spot on the top rope. Because I was wondering, did Rusev hit his head on the steel steps on the top rope? He did. Got clarification. So there you go. I was pleasantly surprised. The ending was kind of weird. But hey, Reigns won. They were looking to have Rusev win. Especially the way he looked tonight. He looked really heelish. Especially the way he did with the spots with the steel steps and of course the chain. 2.9. Pleasantly surprised for this match. Pleasantly surprised by how this match was. I thought it was probably, when you rank all the Cell matches, it'll probably be in the bottom. It'll probably be in the bottom still. But they tried. Like the main event did. So there you go. On to our next matchup. Bayley against Brooke $1 million. This is a feud that never ends. Whether some feuds I don't mind seeing continue, like Sasha Charlotte, these two need to end. Bayley is being underutilized on the main roster this far. You know, debut was great, but with Sasha Charlotte stealing the attention, you know, being the focus, which they do deserve. There's a lot of critics out there about these two, especially the person they had on their main event match tonight. But it's gonna left in the shuffle. Nia Jax has been used a lot lately. Maybe Nia Jax can feud with Bayley because it needs to end. At least there's a good part about this Bayley Dana Brooke match tonight. It wasn't arm wrestling. Yay! Yay! Because that was stupid last week. The match was what it was. You know what I mean? Dana Brooke's still green. At least she didn't botch anything like the match on Raw a couple weeks back that got Bayley either storyline or legit injured. So they went through the motion. Dana Brooke targeted the injured shoulder a lot during the match. A lot of people were in injury time. Bayley did, so did Rollins, and of course, obviously, Cesaro still wearing the tape on his shoulder cup. So despite Dana Brooke's best efforts to isolate Bayley in the shoulder, Bayley came rolling back with big elbow moves, nasty kicks, and of course, ending up with the belly to belly and the 1-2-3 victory for Bayley. At least she won. 2.5. This match was just okay. At least the white woman went over. But now Bayley Dana Brooke needs to fully end. And plus, Dana Brooke has been seen a lot with Charlotte lately. They're still saying she's with Charlotte, but I need to elaborate a little bit more about where does Dana Brooke really lie with Charlotte. We haven't seen them interact with each other in a while. You know, I thought Dana was going to break up from Charlotte for a little bit because they had some tension built up. We'll see if that actually ends up anything with the whole Charlotte-Dana Brooke relationship. And hope they give Bayley something new quick. Maybe Nia Jax. Maybe returning Emelina. Do we package Emma? They should keep Evil Emma. I'm sorry. They should keep Evil Emma. I love this Evil Emma. What they're doing is Emelina. God. Hope they don't ruin her with this. On to our third matchup. The Club. Owens, Enzo, and Cass the opponents before them two. Andy and the Big Gal. God. Cara got Andy chance. And there was a Toy Story reference, another funny promo from Enzo and Cass. You know, even though they're not getting pushed to probably WrestleMania time, they're still over as hell. The Club needed a press reset button after getting. I love they did mention Corey Graves, who's probably the best commentator main roster besides Mo Ronaldo. And he commentated the pre-show Cruiserweight match with Mo. Great combination. He even said that the Club told him that they've been underwhelmed in WWE thus far. They should have been dominant. Blame creative for making you look like jokes against these guys. And at least now they finally realize they should not be a comedy team. They're a fucking badass team. They should be more dominant in the match though against Enzo and Cass. The match was what it was. You know, Enzo and Cass looked good early. With Enzo coming in the House of Fire. Until one quick swoop, the Club took over domination early on. Isolating Enzo and close some nasty double teams. But then as Enzo was trying to get back up, you got the hot tag in the Big Cass. Coming in, taking out both guys with big boots. Delivering the Empire elbow. I think it was yeah. Gallows got the elbow in the big river crossing. And then Enzo got a big fly move in. And then Cass tagged in Enzo. And Enzo got attacked. Set up for the Magic Killer. And a 1-2 victory for the Club. I love both these teams. But when it came down to who needed to win more, the Club needed more. 2.4 for this match. It was okay. The match could have been a lot better. But at least, like the Bayley Dana Brooke match, the white team got over. And that was the Club. They need these wins. They need to keep winning. And it's kind of weird they lost both the singles matches against both Enzo and Cass individually. But they won the tag match when it counted tonight on pay-per-view. Hopefully to keep it up and maybe dethrone whoever wins out the tag team titles this evening. We'll get to that match. Now on to the fourth matchup, which is our second Hell in a Cell match. It's interesting this was placed number 4. I thought it'd be like maybe number 5 or number 6. Or number 5. I thought it'd be like match 4 would be either a tag match or the cruiserweight match, then the Cell, then whatever match wasn't match 4, then obviously women's Hell in a Cell. But Kevin Owens and Rollins Hell in a Cell was number 4. And I am, you can make fun of me all you want. Yes, you can probably call me a fanboy for Charlotte and Sasha. We have been applauding them lately. But if I have a perfect honest here, I love their matchup. Now I'll get to it in full detail later, but the ending, a couple things took away points for me. So the best match of the night was Owens and Rollins in Hell in a Cell tonight. Despite the build being more focused on Jericho, and he got involved in the match again, but his involvement was better than at Clash of Champions, and his match was better than Clash of Champions. Better match. And there were some great spots in this matchup. There was a great transition spot where both guys were trading counters with kicks and clotheslines. That was a great sequence there. And there was one spot, I kind of called it. Owens set up Rollins at one point for the cannonball, which he did, in the ring. And I was like, as Rollins rolled out at that cannonball, I was like, I wonder what would be cool to see Rollins put stuff in one of the corners of the cell and see Owens cannonball Rollins against the cell. Right on cue, he did it. Yeah! Love that he did that. The cannonball to Rollins on the side of the cell. And there was a couple table spots. There was one great table spot. I thought Rollins was going to get powerbombed by Owens through the table. There was like one table on an angle below another table on the ground. And then Rollins was the one that arguably got to lift Owens up and powerbomb him through 2 tables. That was like one of the best spots of the night. Besides the Rusev spot and of course the spot in the women's match. And that was a holy shit moment right there. And I told you Jericho would get involved. But the question was, how is he going to get involved? We thought it'd be special guest referee, but here's the way that Jericho got involved. One of the weapons that was used was the fire extinguisher. Owens sprayed it, but he sprayed the referee. So they unlocked the door to get the referee out, who got sprayed. Why don't you? Here comes Jericho. Now, Jericho's involvement in Hell in a Cell was, like I said, better than the Clash of Champions. Yes, no Triple H still, but hey, Jericho's a massive heel right now with the List of Jericho and the Gift of Jericho. Probably one of his best heel turns in a while. And he's had some epic heel turns. This is probably one of his best. And he was very involved in the matchup. Especially Rollins taking him out a few times. But every time Rollins thought he had Jericho out, powerbombed him through the cell. Not through the cell, but against the cell and all that. Jericho would still get back in. Even one spot when I think Rollins was going for a frog splash. And he had the pin and Jericho pulled the referee. And then the beatdown began and the ending came when, despite trying to outfight both, basically turned into a handicap match with the involvement of Jericho. Jericho grabbed the chair, and Owens grabbed one too. They had 2 chairs put together, and Owens powerbombed Rollins through both chairs. 1, 2, 3, victory! It's still the Kevin Owens show. Now I'm wearing my KO show shirt because it is packed in my suitcase because I'm going to wear it when I'm on vacation. So that's why I'm wearing this shirt. So, great match. Probably one of the best cell matches of the night. I shall give this one 4.3. 4.2. 4.2 for these guys. It was epic. It was action-packed. Yes, no blood. For any of the cell matches tonight, obviously, it's TPG. Hey, they let Taker and Lesnar play last year. Why would we let any of these people play? Women would have been interesting, but I don't think we would like to see that. But still, decent, like a great match between these 2 guys. Probably the best match of their series. Better than the Clash of Champions for sure. Now on to our next championship matchup. The Cruiserweight title on the line. As Levi and Kendrick tried again They took the title away from everyone's favorite video game referencing champion, besides Xavier Woods, TJ Perkins. This match, like the other match between Owens and Rollins, was at the Clash of Champions as well. I think a little better than the Clash of Champions match, but again, the crowd's dead during it. Lisa didn't chant Randy Savage. Balls the crowd for the most part need to explain. I haven't said anything about the crowd yet. They were great. But there was one funny moment with the crowd. Kendrick and TJ were on the floor. They were balling a little bit, and I think the camera got way too close to the crowd when one guy, and he was caught. You didn't see who it was, but you heard him say, "Get a fucking haircut, you hippie." I wonder if they're going to edit it out on future broadcasts on the network. That was funny. I can't believe they actually caught that. It was audible. Anyway, he's like a little better than the Clash of Champions match, and a little better than the Wall match they had as well. That got Brian an opportunity because he beat TJ in a non-title match. We'll see if he actually got to beat him in a title match. TJ gave us some big flying moves, baiting the Gary, some great little sequences. Brian came back with his heelish moves. He needed a win to keep his comeback streak alive, but it looked like he was going to lose it after he was going for the sliced bread and had suffered a leg injury. But I think a lot of people, including myself, called it. He was playing awesome. Selling the injury, and TJ Perkins' concernment was a weakness, and Kendrick knew it. The Perkins wanted the old Brian back, and he's still concerned for his friend despite the heelish ways that he's been going through. And Brian knew how to sell it. He sold that injury and sucked TJ in, got him in the captain's hook, the bully choke. And yes, TJ was tapping, and Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick, is the new Cruiserweight champion in a decent fun matchup. They need a little bit more of the Cruiserweight matches though. You know, I said it earlier, Cruiserweight division is on the women main roster. They need more character development, more singles matches, not just 6-man tags like they did on the pre-show tonight. A lot more singles matches to get everybody attention. I'll give this one 2.7. Still a decent matchup for what it was, so there you go. And yeah, 2.7. Now on with our next matchup for the WWE World Tag Team Championships of the world, involving the New Day defending against the Odd Couple team of Sheamus and Cesaro. And last week, yes, we saw the Odd Couple team get a non-title win over the New Day. But it was against Kofi and Big E. Today, it was Big E and Xavier. Kofi was on the outside. Another fun promo from them, shaming Sheamus and acknowledging that Kofi's really from Boston after he gone through, he was a Jamaican guy, and he was an African, but he's really from Boston. And they really sold it, and he painted the crowd a lot with wearing Guam shoes. Lince wearing the Jordans he was wearing that Xavier and Biggie gave him shit for him. The Curry shoes. Made him look like an old man, which he is the oldest member of the group. I think he's 35 and Xavier and Biggie are 30. So, not bad of a tag team matches. The New Day's continuity and teamwork flourished through, but of course the Odd Couple team, which is all Sheamus despite the growing pains, they actually teamed up pretty well. This is probably the best match as a team. With an unfortunate ending. Blood tagging in, and they actually got some good double team moves in. You know, they still wobbled a bit. And they almost patched up backstage in a promo, but then the grumbling came back alive. Despite New Day's dominance with Big E coming with big flying moves, slamming, and Xavier looked good. You know, big kicks, big splashes. We got nailed with, of course, the white noise by Sheamus. Because it's all came in with the swing and uppercut city to Xavier. And at one moment, Sheamus is Cesaro. Shamesall, as some people may like to call them. They like to combine people's names in the tag teams. You know, Jared KO, Y2AJ, Jericho. Why do all the teams that make up of people's names always seem to involve Jericho? It's too fucking easy to combine Jericho's name with somebody. But my favorite team name was Rated RKO. Combined Rated R Superstar and RKO. So anyway, the ending. Sheamus took out Kofi. They were brawling on the outside. Actually, Biggie and Sheamus were on the outside brawling. And Sheamus took Francesca and nailed it against Biggie and Kofi. And at the same time, Cesaro had the sharpshooter locked in on Xavier Woods. But on the outside, after getting there with Francesca, Kofi nailed Sheamus with the Trouble in Paradise. And unfortunately, the referee saw it. Referee saw Kofi do the Trouble in Paradise. DQ. Sheamus and Cesaro, who were looking so good in this matchup, like I said, the best match in the tag team, they lost by DQ. And it was a sad way to end it. But it's a screwy ending with a purpose. It makes them, when they actually win the titles, more special. And of course, they're giving an excuse to have the New Day break the record of Demolition with 478 days as champion. They'll probably hold on until probably Survivor Series and probably lose them after Survivor Series. Probably the next Raw pay-per-view. I forgot if it's Roadblock or TLC. I know those are the two December pay-per-views. I know that. Yeah, what is? Yeah, I know. There's two December pay-per-views. I need to realize what it is. Yeah, TLC is a SmackDown pay-per-view. Roadblock's a Raw one. So maybe we'll see New Day lose at Roadblock. So they can hold on with Demolition's record. 3.4. Really fun tag. Sad ending. But hey, it makes the win when they eventually win it more special. If they end up winning it. And be the ones that dethrone the New Day. Now on to the main event. The last match of the night. I can't believe they actually did it. That they got to do it tonight. After a lot of rumors flying that Vince was not too happy about these two being main events. Hunter was fighting for him to be the main event. And, history making. And it was the main event tonight. And I say it with pride. The main event for the first time ever on a main roster pay-per-view that's not NXT. In a Hell in a Cell. For the WWE Women's Championship. Sasha Banks against Charlotte. And they treated this match with such regalia. They had both have elaborate WrestleMania type entrances. Yet Charlotte being carried out like a queen. Copy Macho King's entrance with her being carried out on a throne. Sasha replicated her NXT Brooklyn entrance. Coming out in an SUV like a boss. And the match started. Didn't really start. The Bella haven't officially won. They were in the cell. It was Lauren. Getting Lauren. Then Charlotte nailed Sasha with a cheap shot. They bought on the outside. They bought in the crowd house go. And then they climbed the cell. Now, there was a little bit of a inkling about Charlotte doing a moonsault up the cell, which Vince ixnayed. But as they were climbing, I was like, maybe they may do it after all. But then Charlotte got a hold of Sasha. The transition was kind of sloppy, but she got Sasha, and powerbombed her big time through the announce table. It's awesome to see women break the Spanish announce table. I didn't think they would have them do a table spot. And they did. And that was a nasty table spot. Charlotte, you saw the impact. Charlotte just threw Sasha like a wagner because he needed the table to break. And Sasha broke that table all right. And she let it back on her already kind of injured back. That Charlotte targeted at SummerSlam. And then the Gurney came out. I was like, please don't let this be the ending of a pay-per-view. Don't let this be the worst pay-per-view ending since SummerSlam. But she pulled a Foley. During his Hell in a Cell match, he got thrown off the cell in one of the most famous spots of all time. He got carried out, but then he got back up. Sasha did the same, especially they were going to award the title to Charlotte. It was braggadocious about it the entire time because of forfeit. As Sasha was in that gurney, hearing those words being uttered by JoJo, she got back up and the match resumed. And I'll give these two credit. They did it tonight. They pulled off a great match. Couple, there was only one really bad spot, which wasn't their fault. There was no bad botches tonight. There was no Charlotte botch or anything. There was no really bad botch from these two tonight, and they delivered a great Hell in a Cell match with some little nitpicking aside. They lived up to the hype. They lived up to it, all right. They knew the pressure that was on them from all the cynics, but they even if the ending and some of the other things kind of bug people, you cannot help but respect these two women for the hell they put each other through with chair spots and table spots. And I love one of the Sasha's knee spots from the cell. She was on top. She climbed the cell a little bit on the side. And then a jumping knee on the Charlotte. It was a great spot there. They used chairs. And it was just a fun, great matchup. They put each other in line. And I think Charlotte may have broken her nose because she got a couple chair shots. He took some vicious spots. It was great. The only spot that was the match that kind of took a turn. They had a table set up on the outside. I think they're going for something. I think the intent was that Charlotte was going to have Sasha land. Charlotte was going to land on the table. Sasha was going to put Charlotte on the table, let it land. And then she was going to probably do a move off the top or something through the table. But as Charlotte was being tossed over the top, she didn't just land on the table. The table broke. That was a bad botch. And it wasn't their fault. The table broke too early. It gave too early. They should have done. I think they were doing something with the table. But that was the spot that kind of signaled a turn for the worse. They needed something to come back with. And they tried their best. And boy, did they try after that table match. They grabbed another table. And that's when Sasha got nailed against the cell with Charlotte nailing the table against Sasha's throat. And then they had the double knee stomp from a lot of knee stomps from Sasha tonight. And even a tribute to Eddie. Yeah, I know a lot of people making fun of the fact that they're booking Sasha like Eddie's daughter because she talks about Eddie too much. But she did a Three Amigos and the Fog Splash. And she did double knee stomp. She had Charlotte set up in the middle rope. And then she had a chair underneath. And did a double knee stomp on the Charlotte with a chair underneath. That was cool. That was a cool spot. They put each other through hell, man. They delivered, man. A lot of people cynical about this match, about can they actually deliver a match in the cell. It could have been a ladder match. I think they should still do a ladder match. I don't think this match should, in the ending of it, should not deflect the fact that they should do more specialty matches with the women, especially these two. I would love to see these two in a ladder match. And it could be big redemption from this. And he both went for submissions. Sasha did big statement early. But one of the best spots of the night, keep saying that, but Charlotte did have the finger four at one point on Sasha, but Sasha grabbed the chair and booped the hold with the chair. That was great. Great spot there. And then they got the table spot again with the second table tossed in the ring this time, so it'd be on the outside like the first one. Charlotte had Sasha on the table. It looked like we were going to see Charlotte do a moonsault from the top rope, not from the cell. But then Sasha got back up and countered it, tripped up Charlotte. And the ending was kind of I don't think the ending was supposed to be like it was. After Charlotte missed the moonsault with Sasha blocking it, Sasha with the table, it looked like Sasha was going to do a running powerbomb onto Charlotte. But then her back came out. I don't care if that was the script. I don't think that was supposed to end like that with Sasha's back giving out. And then on cue, like kind of improvising after Sasha's backing up from the powerbomb spot she was going to do with Charlotte through the table. Charlotte improvised with the natural selection in the 1-2-3 victory. Charlotte wins again. Women's Championship. Wow. Bad ending to the match, despite a lot of great things in the match. You know, they put each other through a lot in this matchup. They lived up to the hype, you know. But it's just me, or the last couple Hell in a Cell pay-per-views have kind of weird endings. Hell in a Cell 2014, you had Rollins and Ambrose doing a great Hell in a Cell match, great spots. Then the Wyatt ending kind of spoiled it. Last year's ending wasn't that bad. But this year, once again, a great main event. These women put each other through hell with the great spots, and the ending spoiled it. You know, I think Sasha was supposed to powerbomb Charlotte, but her back legitimately gave out. And then Charlotte had to improvise. But Charlotte winning a pay-per-view match again? Can Sasha actually win a fucking women's title match on a pay-per-view? The only time she's won the women's title is on Raw. Both times she won the title on Raw, and then the next pay-per-view, as champion, she loses. First against Charlotte at SummerSlam, and now in Hell in a Cell in Boston, hometown. So, I know I want these two to feud continually. You know, I've been wanting the feud to continue, but that's not the way to do it. To have Charlotte win again. It makes Sasha chase after Charlotte yet again. There's at least Sasha have at least one reign that lasts longer than a month. With that being said, I'll give this one 3.8. Take away a few points for the end. Being kind of anticlimactic. But ending it all that aside, you can't help but respect these two women. With the immense pressure of being the first women's Hell in a Cell match and being the main event, first women's main event on the main roster pay-per-view, they did deliver a great match for the most part. There was only one little botch, which wasn't their fault. And then, of course, the ending was kind of weird. But they had great spots. They took nasty bumps tonight. There was no big botches from these two tonight. That's an applause. But at least they tried, man. All that aside, they tried. You can't help but respect these two women for trying to put on a great matchup, which they did for the most part. So, they delivered till the ending. Hopefully the next matchup, whatever it is, where there's a stipulation match, like a ladder match, or a singles match in general, they got redemption in mind. It's because they knew that I think they'll probably feel about it. Like they'll probably feel proud about it, but they probably feel that it wasn't complete. They probably will feel that it wasn't complete. And the pay-per-view went over too. You know, pay-per-view went over. Second Raw pay-per-view in a row, when Clash of the Champions went over, so did this one. So, there you go. Season pay-per-view could have maybe one or two good matches to hype up the rating. And the main event could have been a little more better refined. But Charlotte did it. They did it, man. I applaud them big time for that. Ending aside. So with all that being said, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you so much once again. My rating is 6.5 for this PPV. SmackDown's kind of the better show right now. See what happens when they brought Survivor Series, the multi-brand, interpromotional Survivor Series matches. See how they do. I think Nikki's the captain of the SmackDown women's team. Should be Becky. But hey, Bella is a job because she's like Cena's dick. And she's a star because of it. You know, at least she's the better Bella. I'll say that much. Bella's not good wrestlers, but Nikki's better than Brie. I'll say that much. Even if I like Brie's husband better than Nikki's boyfriend. Yes. So thank you very much for watching. Like I said earlier in the video, this might be my last video for a bit. I'm going on vacation. I'm leaving in a little bit. So thank you again. See you later. Bye-bye.